I am Riddhi Nagar. I'm from ITM Business School, Kharghar, and I'm interning with the Dorai Foundation for 15 days Social Connect virtual program. So we have with us Miss Lata Modi. She is the trustee at the Sanyukta Trust, and the trust is engaged with creating community-based projects, and source the resources to execute the same. So, ma'am, we would like to know any motivation or inspiration, that forced you to inspired you to incorporate this organization.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone. I'm First of all, I would like to thank you all for covering my our trust in social media. Uh, I, the main intention to start this organization was after my past experience with various NGOs. I have built up a strong network, and I realized that there are people who would like to give. There are a lot of resources, and which they would like to utilize it for the community development or various development programs. And there are people who really need these resources, but they don't know how to access it. So that is why become a liaison between um, the have and have not. Uh, I thought of forming this organization and also my main aim is like to empower women with a various training and also to the children and community with the resources available. Yes, you're on mute.
Riddhi, you're on
Oh,
I
mute.
can't.
sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Sounds good, ma'am. So, ma'am, we would like to know about the various projects your organization is engaged with.
We started our main program in the past. We started with networking with various NGOs where people were not aware about those NGOs. I can give you example of um, one orphanage in Malad where people were not more aware of. So whoever wanted to celebrate their birthdays or wanted to give something, we started, we introduced them and organized the projects with them, health program, birthday celebrations, and also some people gave them the regular rationing and all that. So that organization now is getting lot of help due to our first project of a uh, celebration of a birthday and all that. Slowly, then we moved on and started a small support class, that is a free coaching class for the community in garden. And that project became like a community project. Uh, Passerbys they always, whenever they used to see uh, so they were wondering why these so many children are here, what they are doing, and they are studying so seriously. So many of them become a volunteer teachers, and it became a community project. Like the visitors who every day used to come to garden, they feel that this is their own project. They should take care of children. They should see that children are not behaving, and they also whatever celebrations and all that they senior citizens do, they involve these children. So everybody started feeling that this is our program and it's a community project has become. And by 2016, I was also, as I had experience with BMC teachers, and there was a time BMC has a Balwadi project where they through PP cell, so uh, uh, private public cell, where NGOs were adopting or starting a Balwadis in BMC premises. So because BMC don't have a Balwadi project, they only enroll from the fourth standard. And they realize that pre-primary education is also very important. And as per their policy, they could not start. So they started a PP cell, private public cell, where the NGOs, and one of that project was adopted by Sisupen Samaj, where I am a trustee and consultant. And we also had about 10 Balwadis. But then BMC took a stand. That time, those teachers were trained by me, and I was guiding them and preparing them, helping them how to teach and all that. But the policy came that ECCA, that is Early Child Care diploma holders, can be only teachers. So I felt like, these teachers who are working from 5-7 years would lose their job, and they were very sincere and committed, and they were very good. So then I approached Podar Education Institute and explained them that this is the need of a day, that these people cannot afford 50-60,000 for the ECCA training or for the full year leaving their job, because they were sustaining their family from these salaries. So then it was very kind of Mr. Pawan Podar and Swati Popat West to they developed a special program of a crash course of 10 days. And in vacation, we started these training in collaboration with Podar Institute. So in 4 years, we trained more than 150 plus women. Not only my Balwadi, our Shisu Prem Samaj Balwadis, but then I extended it whoever women wants to build up their career in a pre-primary or educational field. We kept it open for everyone who wanted to join, and that way every year we had trained. By 2018, it was AIBT, that is All India Board of Technical Education. I approached them, and they gave the recognition of a diploma certificate short-term course to Sayukta Trust, and we started a diploma courses. Before that, when we were doing ECCED, we realized that these women are coming from the vernacular language and 10th, 12th pass, so their English was not that good. So then, along with the WISE, WISC, it's an institute where they had developed phonics and grammar classes. We collaborated with them and started those short-term training also. And these teachers were getting knowledge as well as a participant certificate. So these experiences, and we had already prepared the small curriculum along with WISE. Then we showed that to AIBT, and they also accepted these to start the diploma courses in phonics and grammar. So till that time we had diploma in phonics, grammar, and ECCA, these three courses. Then when we were just discussing with the people who are in education field, and I found out that nowadays, secondary and people have started introduced, and most of the parents also want their children to do Vedic and mental math, because these maths help them to exceed in numbering and also calculation more than 10, 12 plus numbers. So then I found a few interested teachers. I arranged for these teachers to train themselves, and then we prepared the whole Vedic and mental math curriculum, and we started that. With that modula, we gave it to the AIBT, and they accepted that, and now we more than 25 women we have trained diploma in Vedic and mental math, and they have also started their own classes. So these are the courses we have started, and as now competition and many people are losing job, and now media, digital marketing, media, and those people, they their salaries are going down, and also we came across with the institute who are teaching data analytics with IB, MS PowerPoint and all the details. So we are working on it, and mostly by February, data analysis with IB will be launching from first week of February. So along with networking with the organizations running, and we are at present being COVID, most of my teachers being senior citizens, online classes we have started for the children. So we have separate batches in online classes for 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th standard, and 12th standard. Still, we have not started with the primary and the secondary children, because online classes twice a week for everybody, and side by side all our this other training, diploma training for the teachers takes up our lot of time. So it's on the process that we can start online classes for all the children who belong to our free coaching classes. So these are the main activities.
Ma'am, these were so, useful insights because these are the truly empowering gestures in the field of education. So it sounds good. Uh, ma'am,
Thank
since
you.
you're, since you're engaged in these many projects, which project is really close to your heart?
Actually, in fact, like most of them, I really like, it comes from my heart, and I feel. But to training women and making them self-sufficient and independent, uh, that is the most closest thing to me, because if you train one woman, the whole family sustains. And as it is said that, like, if you give a food to one time only family will be. But if you give them training, like, instead of giving serving of fish, if you uh, teach them the fishing, so they can survive the whole life. So that is the, like, it's my dream that not a single woman should be deprived if she has the potentiality and aptitude, should be given an opportunity to be self-sufficient and start her own income.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, upliftment of women is the need of the hour. So that is something very good your organization is undertaking. Ma'am, being a social worker, can you share some of your strengths and weaknesses with us?
My strength, I can say, like, I know how to utilize the resources available in the community to and divert it for the right people. Uh, that's my strength. And my weakness, I can say, like, communication. Uh, like, it's that is my weakness. Like,
Ma'am, actually,
like personal communication, or
continuous
like,
learning
it is
process.
very difficult for one second. It's very difficult for me, along with though my other two trustees, Forum Modi and Akshada May Chimbulkar, they are my, like, right hand and left hand, and they, like, being a very young also, but they are so committed to the trust, and they run the show efficiently, and they are, like, I can say it's not my organization. It they what they have put the input, and the way they are supporting my to execute my ideas. I have idea, I have resources, but it is more important having idea and having resources is not enough. Somebody has to be there to implement it, and they are the really strength of our organization and my own strength also.
Definitely, ma'am. Actually, optimum utilization of resources and communicating them go hand in hand because they both are equally important for an organization. So, ma'am, in your experience, like you must have faced many challenges, like tasks, but which was the most challenging task?
When I started the support classes, it was very difficult for me to motivate parents to send them regularly in the class, and side by that also, so like, we our trust don't have a very huge fund. Like, it's on a family, it's a small family based trust, and we are not getting any resources funding from outside. Uh, we had a limited resources that we could not afford to um, appoint a full-time teacher or a trainer in that way. But then, well, there is a way, then there is a way, and always God is, like, supporting the good cause. As I told you, when we started in the garden, people, they themselves saw this, that, okay, this is a very nice work going on, and started offering their services. And now I have six teachers who are coming regularly, voluntarily, and taking these classes. Uh, so that is a good point. But, like, I had faced a lot of problems settling down this and getting teachers, volunteers to teach, because we in one batch we have more than 45 children, and that is pre-primary to 10th standard. and some of them from Hindi medium, some of them from English medium, Marathi, and Urdu, so various language children. So it was very difficult for a one or two teacher to take the batches uh, standard wise, language wise, but somehow or other God's grace, I am able to manage that. That was the main crisis, like funding. Uh, and if someone like, and secondly, while I started this AIBT and before that diploma courses along with, so though people were interested, but being from the trust, they don't. Everybody wanted it totally free of charge, and when we offered it free of charge, I realized that they drop out. They are not taking the thing seriously, and all our efforts were going in vain. So then I realized we started charging minimum fees of thousand to between 1,000 to 3,000. But that was the people where no, it's not only the people who don't have, even they had, but they think it was through the trust, so it should be totally free. So convincing them that there is a basic, we don't want, we are not there to make profit, but the expenses. I wanted my trust to be self-independent, not like survive. If in case there is no fund, it should not like close down or the activity should be closed down. I wanted this projects to be self-sustaining, to convince the people and motivating them to pay the minimum bear what is the cost of the course, like resource person salary and hiring the place and whatever infrastructure needed for the class. That also was very difficult, like but somehow or other we are able to manage that, and at present more than, as I told you, in ECCA and other courses, we must have trained about more than 150 women.
Ma'am, it is truly motivating, because when there is will, you can overcome any hurdle. So that is something really interesting. So, ma'am, this new year, what changes would you want to see in the society?
I wish like there are people who want to do good work and they have resources. So they usually I have found across the when we approach so anybody approaches, they said we want to give so much money or we want to give so much food and all that. So I want people to know that giving, as I told you before, also just giving away money or I wish that people start. Contributed toward the instead of giving a charity towards the dignity, like so the NGOs also should start their skill development or such program there, instead of giving away money and like try to make the family sustain by giving various opportunities. And also there are so many self-help groups are existing and government are promoting, so there are so many schemes are there, but it is not reaching the scheme to the grassroots level. So NGOs can become a liaison between the self-help group and also the government's schemes, which can be really implemented, and people can access it. That way some modulized come over or people start realizing, and like even government makes their this resource schemes, uh, which can be really reach to the people who for whom it is.
That is a great thought, ma'am. Thank you so much for imparting such useful insights. We are really honored to have you here with us. Over to Sojanya, ma'am.
Uh,
Hi
Good.
Sajanya, good
Hi,
everyone.
very good afternoon. It's so good to
Yeah.
see you.
Same
Um,
with me. I'm so happy that you are at such a young age, you
thank
are doing such a wonderful work, and especially in the like when people at your age, people want to enjoy their life, and instead of that, you are doing such a wonderful philanthropy work.
I
God bless
have
you, and you succeed.
Thank you so much. I have such great people to walk in the footsteps of, so I need to do at least my little bit. So, as routine goes, I would like to thank you from Dore Foundation for being a part of our interview today. We are doing this interview to create a catalog. This is going to be Dore Foundation's Inspiring Stories catalog to create awareness and sensitization, and also to give people the motivation to do the bit that, can really change the world. So thank you for being part of our catalog. Hearing all your stories is definitely inspiring. In the beginning, you said, I'm very grateful that you all called our NGO. Of course, we called you, ma'am. You are such an inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much for being a part. It's inspiring for all of us to see that when you want to do something, and when, as you said, when you have the will, you will find the way. You did face challenges and you overcame them. So this will be motivation for all those who want to start and try doing something. And yes, we will take the responsibility to do our bit. We will try and empower at whatever level we can. We will try to empower others as well. So thank you, ma'am, for being with us today. We have a small little something as a token of our appreciation, because you gave us your precious time. So this is a small little certificate from us, a certification of appreciation, and really the honor that you have bestowed upon us by joining us today. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.